Say anything.
Say anything.
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 I don't know. Anything.
Some people just say anything.
Go ahead, say it.
Say
it.
Welcome to Say Anything with Kina B.
Hey, welcome to Say Anything with Kina B. I am Kina B. Thank you for joining me. Let's start off this week's episode with a hearty, happy Black History Month. I hope that you are doing something to celebrate throughout the month to expand your mind, expand your knowledge, or just have plain fun surrounding the importance of Black history and knowing that history is ongoing, ever present, and we have a responsibility to each one teach one regarding Black history, not just in the United States, but around the world. And so that leads me to the next best information, which is that the Grammys were this past weekend. I did not actually sit and watch it, though. I don't sit and really watch award shows that much anymore. But I did see on the social media sites and the news who won. I checked out the winning list and some of the hot topics surrounding the Grammys. Beyonce won for Cowboy Carter. Album of the year. Album of the year, though. My husband was like, it serves them right. Oh, how great for her. I am sure that win meant a lot to her and her team and to her family. I know it would mean a lot to me if I worked that hard. And also, she's a fellow Texan. Kendrick Lamar won for Not Like Us. It looks like he won 3 different Grammys. And congrats to Kendrick Lamar. That whole beef has been really beneficial to his career in the past year. So the Super Bowl should be something to really watch going into the rest of this month. So that's cool and entertaining. Who else? Other people won things. I don't know if I care that much. Oh, Chris Brown won an award. Apparently, it's been 11 years since he won an award. So maybe people have finally forgiven him. I don't know. I just know that he won. So congrats to Chris Brown. Let's see. That's enough for the Grammys. Oh, well, let me press pause. Not necessarily enough. So it wasn't a night without controversy. Apparently Kanye West's wife showed up. I don't know her name, but she showed up with some type of mesh garment on that was completely see-through, so therefore she was basically nude. She had on what might have been a faux fur jacket, and then she revealed that she was nude. Well, had the mesh thing on that was see-through, and she was nude underneath. So that created a stir online and in some other spaces that, say that it's completely inappropriate. Who knows what they're going through. I don't necessarily know if that's her way. It's like some people have a really weird way of some people express themselves in ways that are meant to be very shocking to everyone else. But at this point, I think she has done this so much at this point that it's not really even that shocking. What is interesting to me is the conversation surrounding why she does it. And it's always as if she is not in control over what she is doing, as if someone else is pressuring her. I will see a lot of comments that say, oh, she must be intoxicated, or she must be high, she must be being controlled, instead of assuming that she is a grown woman with her own mind and is choosing to do this. Because no other woman in Kanye's life in the past has expressed themselves in this way, such as his current spouse. Like, they may have been what others would define as scantily clad, but none of them have gone as far as she has. And to me, that would indicate that he's not controlling, because they all dressed how they wanted to dress, for the most part.
It's an opinion.
I think Kim Kardashian mentioned that Kanye had a lot to say about fashion, and so she did wear a lot of his clothing when he was designing, and of course she was promoting his stuff, because the richer he is, the richer she is, the richer they all are together, right? But at that time, all of his clothes were very baggy. What is my point? My point is that the comments are always speaking to how she is the one who is vulnerable, and that she is the one in the vulnerable position, and that he must be hoarding some type of power over her, to the point of she's high, she's intoxicated, she's on something, he's controlling her. And I think that's very dangerous. I think it's dangerous to put an assumption that she is being controlled, because, as we know, there are predators out there who have been named, okay, and who are currently facing trial, criminal charges, and so on, and civil suits, so on and so forth, right? Who are actual predators and have put people in situations that are dangerous, life-threatening, degrading, humiliating, all of the words that are horrible. And those individuals will be held to account. People continue to say things without having any type of proof or any type of firsthand account that what his wife is doing is actually not based on her own consent. That is just bad business to be. It's bad form. It's bad gossip. It's inappropriate. Because there are adults who would choose to behave in that manner with consent. The worst thing to me about what she does or chooses to do is that she is including us in on it, and we did not consent. We did not consent to their kink, but they are forcing us to be a part of their kink. So that was the Grammys, and that's all I have to say about that. So within the span of a day and an evening, so many things have changed since I recorded this podcast. It's hard to keep up. I feel like I'm getting whiplash. It is hard to keep up with all of the news. But here we go. Tariffs. Do we really want to talk about them? Do we want to talk about tariffs? No, we don't. However, we must. We must talk about them because Canada, Mexico, and China have all established tariffs against the United States in reaction to the United States increasing tariffs on those countries, and they are going into effect on Tuesday. Many of them are. Some of them have like a 21-day hold. I think I listened to the speech by Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister, of Canada, and he was speaking in both English and in French, and it was a good speech, actually. If I had to just talk about what he was saying, if I was Canadian, I would be proud of his speech. But I'm an American, so therefore, it's like, what? I don't want you to raise your tariffs, sir. I don't. But as a thinking individual, I understand why you are. I just wish it did not have to come to this. The price of food and vegetables and consumer goods are already high. It's an economic turn that I myself am not looking to having to navigate these waters. I'm not looking forward to any of that. I'm not looking forward to any of that. I wish coupons had the same value they did when I was a child. Because when I was a child, those coupons were like straight money. They had such a real value to them that you could get so many things for so little using coupons. But now it is such a hunt. It is such a hunt for a good value. Even with coupons, they just are not the same as they used to be. It takes a lot of sitting and patience to find some really good valued sales and coupons these days. So couponing is although it's still very much a thing, you have to have the time. And who has the time? Like, some people actually do, right? And wonderful, right? I don't have the time to sit there and try to master couponing. I guess I need to find the time, because it is definitely going to get hectic. It's about to get really hectic. When it comes to these goods and services. And on top of the tariffs, these countries are encouraging their countrymen, Canada and Mexico, to buy only their local goods and to not buy American goods. Not just, we're going to raise the tariffs on your goods coming into our country, but in addition to raising the tariffs, we're going to tell you not to even buy. They specifically, now y'all know I live in Florida, they specifically shouted out Florida orange juice. They specifically said, don't buy Florida orange juice. Justin Trudeau, he specifically said, don't buy Florida orange juice, opt for a Canadian good or opt for a different good. Alleged. What? Come on. And then to know that that's going to directly impact the state that you live in. Of course it's going to impact the state that you live in. And then on top of that, you have the migrant situation with ICE coming in and rounding up migrants and mass deportation situation. Well, who do you think was picking these Florida oranges to begin with? I really wish I could be a fly on the wall of the agricultural groups that are in this state and the lobbyists and what they are saying when it comes to the labor and mass deportation in the migrant community. Because Florida agriculture is on the backs of migrants. It really is.
It's an opinion.
Florida agriculture is on the backs of migrants. And they are about to lose a huge working labor pool. They're losing a labor pool. And have tariffs applied on top of it. I just don't see how I am interested in seeing how this develops for the farmers in and around Florida, because we have a lot of people who are in agriculture. It's a major part of the economy down here. People farm a lot of different things. I mean, so I'm interested to see how it's going to truly impact this community, or if they're going to just try to twist and turn into more technologically advanced ways of harvesting and getting their product out that does not require as much human labor. Because it may cost more, but it won't require as much human labor. I'm just interested to see how they're going to pivot if things continue in the direction that they're currently going. So yeah, tariffs. Have you purchased your chickens yet? It's not the season. They're pretty much, it's cold. It's cold right now. They're not gonna, but next month, February. Yeah, by the end of February, there should be some chickens that you can actually purchase. We have stores around here that you can buy them as chicks. Like, what is the name of that store? Tractor Supply. They sell chicks, and you can purchase them and then raise them. And you might want to, because, the cost of eggs are steadily going up, and milk, and everything else for that matter. How do you feel about the tariffs? Both the ones that we are imposing on other countries and the ones that are being imposed upon us. How do you feel about that? Hashtag say anything. Hashtag tariffs. Hashtag I don't want to clip coupons. I'm going to plant some seeds. I got some seeds. I hope to start planting them soon. Do you have a garden? Do you have a pot or something? I was looking at some advice where if you want a smaller, more controlled garden, just to get the fertilizer, split it and plant it directly into the fertilizer. Let it get to a point where it's past the seedling all the way up. Let it sprout, get stronger, and then replant it once it's stronger. But my mother says she plans on using pots. I probably need to do just the pots thing too, because the idea of me replanting, I don't know if I have the patience for that. I don't know. We have a lot of rabbits though. So, everything we plant, and deer, we have deer, rabbits, possum. Everything we plant is likely to be eaten by something. We have to compete with the animals. Birds, everybody. We have to compete. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Watch what happens. All right. This has been an interesting conversation. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Thought about a couple of things. Comment below. I hope you're having a great day and you choose joy in everything. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Give me your feedback. Thank you for listening, and I will talk to you next week.